Oh man, but yeah, so
You are funny.
let's get up
Funny.
in here, man. We got this relationship episode popping, you know what I'm saying?
Pop.
And I titled this "Don't Keep That Same Energy." All right,
Yes.
so because Ruth said y'all bammers out here introducing these ladies to energy that you're not maintaining throughout the relationship.
Yes.
And so don't introduce them to a vibe that you can't maintain.
Yes,
so,
ladies.
You know, and then we also gonna talk about how men like consistency as well, because that's what we're talking about, consistency, right? Because it always seems like the ladies are the ones complaining and whining about how somebody ain't knocking down their door and stalking them all day, right? So, but they be inconsistent. They don't return your text. They don't return your inbox. You know, they don't swipe. They swipe right and don't say nothing back on Tinder.
Y'all do the same damn thing.
I'm just saying, y'all. That's what I'm saying. Like it be the same time. It be the same time. Women do the same thing men do, but it be the women that's acting like it's only the men. So we're gonna, so let's just clear that up, and then we go talk about what else can women bring to the table besides the WAP.
Hey, okay, because we got lots to offer, ladies. Other than this WAP, they can get WAP anywhere.
You get WAP anywhere. Yeah, it's WAP all over the town. You know what I'm talking about? So every time, especially it's Valentine's Day now, everybody said, look, he already know what he getting for Valentine's Day. The WAP. And that's not quite. Don't fall for it, fellas. Y'all done heard me say that multiple times on here. I actually looked up. I've done 3 episodes on Valentine's Day so far. My first episode actually was talking about Valentine's. My first episode ever, like 2 years ago, was about Valentine's Day and how y'all can't be giving out that recycled pussy for Valentine's Day.
And recycled pussy.
And I think that's it right there. The last topic is gonna be constant communication needed while dating. I think all this goes into the consistency category. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. So Ru, this is a relationship episode number 41.
Hey.
What you talking about, Shawty? What you talking about on this?
Listen. So, like you said, I think it's the same time. In this whole dating world that I have been participating in for quite some time now, that has been a problem. Like, why is it that men, I ain't even gonna say niggas today, I'm gonna be, professional today. But why is it?
But you just did though. I just want to point that out.
It's fine.
Okay, you're not counting that one.
Not gonna count it. But why is it? Why is it that you guys introduce us to like Cornbread said, to a energy that y'all can't maintain? And I'm gonna give you an example, and it's something very simple, but it's so profound with women. So y'all meet us, y'all slide into the DM, y'all slide into the boxes. Hey, gorgeous, how you doing? Every morning, y'all consistent with that shit. Consistent. Hey, beautiful, how you doing? How's your day going? Consistent. Y'all 2-3 months into the shit, you don't do that shit no more. Why? You introduced that vibe. We didn't ask you to text us every morning and say, hey, good morning, hey, beautiful, whatever. And of course, we're gonna start expecting that because that's what you brought to the table. So then when we get mad and we got attitudes, you be looking at us, well, oh, she crazy, or why she got an attitude, or I don't understand. No, nigga, you brought that energy to me, so this is what I expect you to do. So again, that's just one example of y'all bringing shit to the table, and it's something very small, but it's very big to us that y'all can't even fucking maintain. Tell me why. Please tell me, give me your opinion, Cornbread, as to why.
I mean, I think that it could be a multitude of reasons. It could be something as simple as non-reciprocity. I think that I'm gonna lead with that one. Sometimes somebody start doing all that stuff and they doing it a lot and they don't get it back. Unless your self-esteem is very low, you ain't gonna keep doing that one-sided joint. So maybe he do start that off to kind of take the lead on it. But y'all don't. A lot of times women don't come behind that with no reciprocity on it, right?
But what if they do? Because I'm one of those women who do.
Hold on, simmer down.
I'm just saying. Just
So
saying.
I think that could be one rationale. The other rationale could be, all right, so once they get one, I don't know. It could be, all right, depending on when it fade out, maybe once they get the pussy or something, then it's like, I got what I wanted to get. Or I achieved my goal. Now I can go ahead and slide off a little bit because now, I done hit the joint, I'm out, or I'm gonna slide off a little bit, or you know what? Now I got her stigmatized, so I don't necessarily need to do all the other upfront shit no more because now I already got her. So all I gotta do is hit her with the hey, what's up, bitch? What you doing? What you up? You still up? Whatever. So I don't gotta go through all that preliminary shit no more. Those are two things I would look at. I mean, old motherfucker just got busy. Maybe start working on Amazon Prime or some shit. He delivering packages. He ain't got time all day.
I get the busy. I understand y'all got, things that y'all was doing before, during, and after. I get all of that. But okay, so let's say for instance it is the WAP. Again, I'm gonna tell y'all men, I'm gonna tell y'all a little secret. If that's what the fuck y'all want, why don't y'all just say that shit up front? Like all of these extra games and oh beautiful and trying to play all these fucking games to get some motherfucking pussy. Y'all ain't got to do that. We're gonna respect you a lot more if you just keep it a buck. Now I can't guarantee that you're gonna, get it by keeping it a buck. But I'm just saying there are some women out here who can appreciate your honesty to be like, hey Slim, I find you attractive. What's up? What's popping? If they with the shits and they about that life, then hey, good job. Y'all do whatever the fuck y'all do. But I'm just saying, like, I just don't feel like it's games. It's games. Y'all too old to be playing games. Y'all 40, 42, 45 playing games. I don't understand.
Well, this is the thing. So the thing is, I mean, I will say that I think that being honest up front or whatever is good, is the best policy, right? Over the long term. But see, women always run a scam and they go, oh no, just tell us what you want to do. Blah, blah, blah. Be honest. I respect you more. But like you said, can't guarantee you're going to get the pussy. So see, that's the problem. You put the bait out there and be like, I want the honesty. But as soon as the honesty comes, you snatch away the pussy. So if the intent, because everybody trying to fuck, right? Like women trying to fuck too.
But you can get pussy anywhere. You can get dick anywhere.
No,
why
but they want
mine? Why you got
but they want that one specifically. So if they suspect that if you suspect that they're gonna pull the pussy away, if you actually be like, oh yeah, I'm just trying to fuck, then you ain't gonna say that because all you gotta do is maintain, stay the course, and you gonna get the pussy. Then you can bail out later. But you're gonna ruin your guarantee. It's more of a risk to tell the truth in some certain circumstances than it is to be upfront if your only goal is to get the pussy. Like, I mean, but in my opinion, nobody's like sole goal is to get the pussy, like in most cases, right? Like that's how I look at it. Like I've never been in a situation where like I saw some chick or I was talking to some chick and that's all I want to do in life. Because if that's the case, you can just go get a toot. You can go get a prostitute and pay for the pussy. And like
not a toot.
You go get a toot and just pay for the pussy. Like if that's all you want, that's it. Then why even develop any relationship? In my opinion, but maybe that's my old man opinion about it because I'm 41. I just had my birthday. And I'm old and I'm tired, right? So I can appreciate now. I never understood prostitutes before because I was like, why would you pay? But no, sometimes it's easier to just pay because then you don't got.
Because there's no strings attached. See?
No strings. The only string you got is the cash app or is the money there or now, right? And so, but like, I think that nobody's like sole purpose is to get the pussy. But I think that sometimes because women hold the pussy hostage or as a negotiation tool, then that's the negotiation. If that's what you're negotiating with, and he know or he feel that he might jeopardize the pussy because you out here talking about, I would just be honest and tell me, and he say some shit along the lines of, oh yeah, I'm not really looking for a relationship or I don't want to do nothing serious right now, which is all girl code for you just trying to fuck. If he say anything opposite of that, then He's gonna jeopardize the pussy. So why would I jeopardize the pussy when I could go along with the same old shit I gotta tell you?
But it don't matter anyway, because the way that this dating game work now, it's like may the best chick win. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say for instance, I do give you the pussy. Okay, great.
Okay.
There still is a possibility that you either gonna move on to the next joint because she might be better because the grass is greener on the other side, or you might still continue to fuck with me. But this whole dating shit, I'm trying to tell y'all, it's for the motherfucking birds. It's like may the best chick win. It's all about leveling up and what this person got and what the fuck y'all be looking for. Like, I'm confused. That's what I want to know. I want to be a nigga. I want to be a nigga for like 30 minutes. I just need to know like y'all's thought process, like, because it don't make sense. Like, me personally, and I can only speak about me. I bring a lot to the table. I have a lot of great qualities. You know what I'm saying? I don't tolerate no bullshit, but I don't feel like these niggas be matching my energy. And yeah, I understand my energy level be up there. I get that. But I mean, I'm just talking about a simple, let's initiate and maintain a conversation. They don't even fucking do that. They'll start a conversation and then I don't fucking hear from them for like 2 or 3 weeks. And I'm like, nigga. And then you come back and see, I'm the one that I'll be like, oh, it must have didn't work out with the other bitch. So you coming back to Rule. Bye. Unmatched. Bye. Miss me.
Hold on. So wait. So, I mean, I heard you say this kind of thing before, but the question is, what are they saying?
Nothing.
I mean, don't because you can only go with, like, I'm not representative of those guys, or I don't know what they thinking. So you're gonna have to ask them kind of, what are you, why you ghosting? What you doing? So what has been your feedback from these people that be doing that's inconsistent, like you talking about? What has been what you found, either from them saying it directly or from your research or from what you found out later or whatever? What has been the trend?
I don't know. There is no common denominator. Like, it really isn't. Like, I showed you my app when we did a session. I showed you my app. It was like 125 matches. Out of them 125 matches,
that shit was crazy.
50 niggas, 75 niggas that initiated a conversation, and then they leave for whatever reason, and then they come back, and I'm just like I thought that's what the dating app is for. Like, is it not for us to fucking communicate? And even if you don't want to text and you're not a texter, then, man up and be like, hey, do you mind? Let's take this conversation offline so that, we can have more of a conversation and then initially meet up. But it's not even that. Like, it's difficult to even get a good conversation these days. Like, these niggas is on some, so what's your favorite color? Like, I don't fucking need you to ask me what my goddamn fucking favorite color is, bitch. Like, the fuck? No, that shit makes me so angry.
Hey, but hold up. So why they can't ask you? You said not the bitch though. So why can't that man ask you what your favorite
because
color
I'm
is?
tired of niggas asking me what my motherfucking favorite color is. What's your favorite color?
What's your so what would be what questions are you looking for them to ask you?
It's not even necessarily, it's about engagement. Like, they come with some old rant, like regular shit. Hey, beautiful. Hey, gorgeous. How's your day? That's some typical shit. I need somebody to slide in my box with some creativity. Look at my motherfucking pictures. Look at my goddamn profile and piggyback off of that to strike up a great conversation. That's what I do. When I slide into a nigga's box, when I slide into a nigga's box, I'll find a picture, I'll find his profile, and I'll slide in. I'll be like, oh, so I see da 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 da. Like, this one guy, he was like, I'm looking for my best friend. I was like, so your best friend's here? I said, so what's up? Yo, gotcha, I mean, you got to be witty with that shit. Like, you got to stand out from everybody else, women. I'm just getting y'all, some advice on that. But because we want that. We want the same thing. We don't want no nigga to slide in your box and be like, hey, how you doing? My name Craig. The fuck?
All right, so look. So all right, so let's break. So let's go back a little bit. So you talking about, you say you got these 50 guys, right?
Yeah.
And you done established a conversation with 50 of these dudes, and then they flake out or they fade out or whatever the case may be. Now, is that a situation where Are they talking to themselves in that inbox, or are you engaging with all 50 of them? And then how good are you engaging with all 50 of them to maintain all those conversations? Is any of it on you at all?
Yeah, it is. Some of it is on me, and it really depends on who I'm really interested in. Like, if we've had enough conversation for me to kind of get engaged to be like, okay, there could be potentially something there. I'll try to keep the conversation going, and then they won't message me back, and then it'll be like 2 weeks later, and it's kind of like, oh, I'm an afterthought. Ladies, we are never a motherfucking afterthought, okay? Ever, okay? So, like I tell them, you can go take your ass wherever the fuck you came from that didn't work out because I'm out. Deuces. And I unmatched myself. Fuck you, bitch. Again. Yeah.
You like the bitch today. I like it.
Yeah, I'm a little upset about this. And this is not any offense to men. These is the fuck boys. So if you ain't a fuck boy, then I ain't talking to you.
I just want to point out that you said you weren't going to say niggas, and you've been saying niggas.
Hey, listen, it's trigger questions. These are trigger questions. I'm trigger-roo tonight, okay? Bang, bang.
The funniest shit, though, you triggered your damn self. Hey, but look. All right, so the people don't text back. They're not engaging. They come in there with the dry adolescent conversation in the inbox.
Yeah, my son got the conversation in that.
Yeah, that would sound like. Because I know when I was on dating apps, I'm a creative person too. I'm a witty person, and I actually read profiles too. Like I won't even engage with any of those chicks that be like, just ask me type of shit, or like, oh, what? Like, what the fuck you mean? Like, are you fucking serious? Like, you got on this app, made a profile, put these pictures up to write, just ask me in the bio section. Like, what are you talking about right now? Like, that's silly. And so I think that's lazy. And I don't even want to date you or talk to you if you're that lazy to be on the app and not like willing to put out, because that means the whole time I'm gonna have to drag these conversations. I can already sense it. And so I'm like you, where I don't drag conversations. If my text space look like this on the screen and then yours look like that,
I don't want
absolutely not. I'm good.
Match your energy.
Yeah. And I don't even really necessarily need to match it. If I match it, I'm gonna waste my time by coming down. I just remove the energy.
Well, right? I mean, I remove it eventually too, but I
don't match. I do my energy. If I don't fuck with yours, I just remove yours. I ain't gonna affect mine. My joint is dope. Like my energy's lit. Your energy's trash. Your energy needs to go in the trash. Bye. Like it's not worth it, right? I'm not going to drag all these conversations out. I don't even want to ask all these. What's your favorite color? What's your favorite ice cream? All this shit. It might be a cool question that you can learn. You can use that for other things, and it's a valid question. Whatever, it's interesting. It could be, but I'm not going to be asking you that, and you ain't saying shit back, or whatever. It just the unilateral conversations are trash. For both, I think for both
I agree.
People. But I agree. I don't know, Ru. I don't know why these Bammers that you be coming across,
they're just not consistent.
They're not consistent. They're not consistent, or they don't reciprocate whatever energy you think you putting out. The problem is maybe. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Do you have like a type? Is it a type thing? Do you have like a type of motherfucker that just is like predisposed to this shit in some way?
No, I don't even think that I have a type. I mean, I think that over the years that I've actually kind of like expanded, the type of man that I like, and it's just it's common across the board. It's not a certain type. It's not a certain age at first, because I don't typically talk to men around my age. I just never have. So I'm like, okay, well, let me change the age bracket. They still doing the same shit. I try to talk to men that are 5 years, 10 years older than me. They still out here playing games. I just don't have time for it. Like, I can give you a great example. There was a guy that I met online, and we had like matched like a few months, 6 months or so, like back. I got back on the app. He was still on there. I re-engaged the conversation. I was like, are you seeing somebody? Whatever, because we did have dialogue. And he was like, no. I was like, cool. And I was like, well, I'm not on here often. So he was like, so I don't lose you. Let's exchange numbers. Cool. All right. Let's pass the torch. You got it. Good job.
Mm-hmm.
So we got dialogue. He video chats me the first time we talk or whatever. Energy's good. All of that. Next thing I know, we supposed to be like having like a, I guess like a virtual something or another. He MIA. Next morning he texts me, good morning, beautiful, like ain't shit happened. And I was like, did you forget that we were supposed to link up last night? Like, what happened? Oh, you know what I'm saying, Shawty, I'm sorry. You know, I fell asleep. Woo, woo, woo. Oh, okay. I said, well, that was real inconsiderate, which it was. And I was like, it doesn't take that long, you know what I'm saying, for you to send a quick text and be like, hey, you know, baby girl, I'm tired. I'm going to hit you tomorrow. Doesn't take that much. So that was the first time that I gave him a warning. He did that shit again, like 2 days later. So the next morning when he messaged me and he said, good morning, beautiful, my response was strike two. That was my response.
not the strike two though.
And then he texted me back and he was like, what? And I was like, you heard me. I said, I didn't stutter. So he was like, let me call. So he calls and I go in and I'm like, yo, like we had a conversation. I said, it's not that hard. Like, don't make empty promises. It ain't just me. Women don't like empty promises. Don't tell me that you're going to do something that you're not going to do. And it's not the point of, I understand things happen. You might have been sleeping. You might have been busy. But nigga, this was your idea. Again, this was your idea. Don't introduce me to a vibe that you can't maintain. You said that you was going to call me. You asked me to be available. So what I've done is carved out my schedule so that I can talk to you when I could have been talking to somebody else who actually is worth my time. Okay? That's what you're doing. You're wasting my time. So I'm explaining all of this. And he was like, you know what, Jerusha, this is why I appreciate you. You know, I appreciate your directness. You know, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And I was like, yeah, I hear you. I said, but actions speak louder than words. Long story short, we were supposed to go out. Didn't talk to the dude all day. Like I texted him like at noon. And I was like, hey, we still linking? Don't you know that nigga had the audacity to text me back at 6 o'clock, talk about some where you at? What? I said, I'm at home on my couch. That's where I am. And he was like, but I thought, and I said, no. I said, you think I'm playing. I said, I'm not out here playing games with you. I said, this is not what you want. I said, so I'm not coming out. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And I was like, my male friends have told me a nigga only got to tell me or show me one time that you don't want to be bothered. And I said, duly noted. Have a great evening. And I ain't say shit else for the rest of the evening. And he was like, no, it's not like that. Like, I'm interested. No, you're not. Whatever. So he texts me the next morning and he was like, hey, baby girl, good morning, whatever. And he was like, can I make it up to you? My response is, I'm good. And that was the end of that conversation. And I have not talked to him anymore. Thank you. That's how y'all need to do it, ladies. Don't let these motherfuckers play games with y'all. Because if you allow them to, they will. If y'all don't stand for something, you will fucking fall for anything. Okay? That's going to be the mantra for 2021. Okay? All right.
With the hair whip. I see.
They tried it. I'm tired.
Hit it with the Megan Thee Stallion. Hey, listen.
Like, that shit is crazy. Stop playing games. Why you on the app? Stop playing games.
Rue.
What?
You all right?
Yes.
you need to act these motherfuckers. That's what you need to do. You need to put their names out here. You know what I'm saying? You need to get in one of them groups that are where the girls be like, is this your dude? Like, is this your is this the fuck boy you dating or whatever? Where they exchange stories about
listen, they listen to
terrible dudes they date.
They listen to the podcast, so they know who they are. They know what stories are relevant to them. So Cornbread and I thank you for your support and thank you for listening. And I'm talking to you. Yes, you.
hey, shout out to whoever that is. You know what I'm talking about. Make sure y'all follow up with Rue and take her out to brunch or something, or send her some cash app money for y'all virtual date. Cause y'all fuck boys out here got Rue going off on this thing out of here. All right, so let me see. So yeah, I agree with you on that. I mean, I'm not a big fan of inconsistency and because women do stuff like that too. where they'll like ghost, or they kind of act like ain't nothing happened when they when they don't show up for stuff, or they be late. I done had situations where I done drove to go pick some chick up, for a date or whatever, and I be like, be ready at 5:30, right? And this motherfucker come out the house at 6:15. And I be like, wait, where? Right? Like, what you talking about right now? Right? And then I be sitting there feeling like a black ass fool, like, am I even, like, who am I right now? Like, I done forgot who the fuck I was. You know what I'm talking about? Because, like, how did I actually sit out here and wait for this motherfucker to put on her hair and makeup for 45 minutes?
Not put on her head.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Like, what you know? Like, how you gonna leave somebody sitting outside their house for 45 minutes? Like, that's some fuck shit. Like, that's a fuck girl. You a fuck girl.
They text you, tell you to hold tight.
Yeah. But you feel like if somebody be like, oh yeah, like hold up 1 second, or whatever. You're like, all right, I'm here. They be like, okay, I'll be right out.
Right.
That ain't 45 minutes.
They weren't ready.
Not for a stranger.
They weren't ready.
Not for a stranger. Like, if it's your man, or like y'all, and he already know you gonna be late, but at that point he would come in the house, right? Like, it would be. But you don't leave a motherfucker sitting in the car. I mean, I'll never forget that John. That John, because she was bad too. I was like, oh man, like I was so excited about this date, right? I was like, man, and I had to drive far for this joint too. And that's the other reason it was like I had to drive 45 minutes just to start the 45-minute wait. She had ample time. Like, she already knew what time it was days in advance. And I was on my way for 45 minutes. Then I get there, I still outside. That's wild as fuck. Like, you a fuck girl. Like, that's some crazy shit. And till this day, I was mad at myself for staying there. I should have turned my shit around, child. I should have been like 15-minute when what you call, like at school, 15-minute grace period when the teacher ain't there, class over. Right. But yeah, I mean, people are inconsiderate as fuck, and I don't, you got the males that do it, there's females that do it, like, but I think a lot of dudes, like, I don't think I ever told nobody that story, honestly, but the difference is, I think sometimes a lot the men don't even have a sounding board for that shit, for real. Like, y'all women, y'all always talking down on men and talking about how terrible men date and all this shit, and it be true. I'm not saying it ain't true. It be from your experiences, right? But men be having some fuck girls that they deal with regular, like, too. Because the thing is, women be like, look, we talk about this all the time. Like, I'm the prize. So you supposed to like make a big deal out of me, or you supposed to accept whatever basic ass mediocre energy I give you. But you supposed to be on 1,000 when I tell you to, or when I'm ready for you, right? And you be like,
and that's not fair. That's not fair.
It's not fair, right? But women carry it like that because they know that the dudes are out, because we all know the magnetic pull of the vagina is stronger than that of the earth. You know what I'm talking about? That shit is so motherfuckers can't fight it. Be like, I need it.
Please. But that makes women out here, women like myself and our listeners, because I know that they are very distinguished and respectable women. That True. Makes us look bad, because just like we put men in a category, just like we put men in a category, they tend to put women all in the same category just because they've had some bad experiences. You know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate, because you might meet some very caring, open, receptive women, you know what I'm saying, that are trying to, you know what I'm saying, make something happen, be in a real relationship, but it's not a good look. For us. And it makes it harder for us when we really want something real and genuine. And then y'all got these fuck girls, like you said, out here fucking the game up for us. Like,
fucking the whole game up.
Fucking the whole game up. Yeah, it's a problem. It's a problem. It's
yeah, cool. Man. But I guess we need to figure out, I don't really know what to do about these people. I think that the easiest way to deal with them in most cases, like I be doing, and I would suggest, in my personal opinion, about what you. Yeah, that's the core opinion. You're not putting my name on everything. So my personal core opinion about it, I think you should do what you do, right? Which is let them go, right? Like just keep it moving. And even with that, like I don't know, we gonna have a session. We're gonna go through all your matches, and I'm gonna tell you which ones, because you might not have your. Because see, I can look at fuck boys sometimes. I can look at fuck boys and fuck girls and be like, oh nah, they full of shit. Real
but
quick.
I have friends that do that for me. Like I got like some really consistent guy friends. I mean, you are one of them. I've, consulted with you about a couple of them, but I got friends when I talk to like on a regular basis, and like I'll be screenshotting shit or else, and they be like, that's a fuck boy. Like that's some fuck shit. They're gonna leave him alone. And I'll be like, and I'll be wanting to continue the conversation. And my homeboy, he'll be like, no, Ru, that's not it. That's not what you want. And he was like, if you don't cut this shit off now, he gonna try to think that he can play you and play with you, and it's gonna make you mad. He was like, so just go on and cut the shit off now. I was like, all right, you're right. So I mean, at some point, like ladies, we have to realize when enough is enough. Again, I think that we allow men an opportunity to get away with a lot of stuff. And again, if you allow them to do certain things and to treat us a certain way, then that's what they're gonna do, because we allow them to do that. So if you let them know where you stand from the jump, that you that bitch and you not to be played with, they're going to treat you accordingly, and either they're going to stick around or they not. And it don't matter, whichever route you want to take, this or that.
So I think that's a good thing. I mean, I think everybody should set boundaries, right? Like so I always say, in whatever you're doing, in dating, business, just any relationship you have, is a negotiation, basically. But the only way for you to have a successful negotiation is for you to come in there. I do negotiation for a living, right? As a real estate agent and as my business consultant, as a purchasing consultant, right? So we negotiate stuff all the time. And so what you got to do before you even start it is that you need to set up what your walk away price is, your walk away parameters in terms of conditions. So when you go and you doing this negotiation, you already know if this gonna fall into your parameters or not. Because it's just like, because if you don't know if it's inside or outside of what you want to do, ain't no way for you to win this negotiation, right? So if they present you something and you don't know where it falls in your parameters, you don't know if it's a good fit or not. But if you already know, look, this is what I'm fucking with. This is it. And this is my walk away price. This is where I'm gonna walk away from. Once you know that, once they outside of the walk away price, you good. Like we ain't even gotta talk about it no more.
Right.
Thank you for your time. And
thanks for coming out. Thanks for coming out.
Right, bye. I'm out. And so once you do that, and you got to do that in these dating scenarios, especially with dating apps and all this shit, you date people online, you meet whatever. Like you could get, like you talking about, you got hundreds of people. You know what I'm saying? It's so many to go through. It'll waste your whole life trying to filter out all these people. You know, especially establishing conversations and all this stuff. Ain't nobody got time for that. And so once they fall outside that parameter, gone. Right? That's how I do it. That's how I used to do it when I was like dating on apps and shit like that. Like I said, I just looked at how much I'm talking versus how much you talking. I don't care how fine you are, none of that shit. If we ain't got a great exchange and a dialogue, or for instance, if you spell something real badly wrong, I'd be like, hell no.
No, right.
Hell no. Right. So once you do that, I think it makes it more efficient. It makes it easier, and it take a lot of the guesswork out of it. You know what I'm saying? Because especially when you come across similar stuff, right? Like I know women be like, "Oh, don't copy and paste your this thing in here. You done talk to 30 chicks and you telling them all the same thing. So what?" But if he's engaging with you, who cares? Like chicks do the same thing. Good morning, handsome. And good morning, handsome. Blah.
You on rotation. You on rotation.
Right. And so women be like, don't take me out the rotation. But women got dudes in the rotation too. And so it's like, what y'all talking about? Like y'all got like 10 dudes. Good morning, handsome. Good morning, king. You know you saying that jump to everybody with a beard.
I don't.
Everybody with a beard. Everybody with a beard got to jump.
Everybody get a personalized message from me. It depends on where we at.
You customize
I customize my shit depending on the person. You might get a hey handsome. You might get, I hope you have an amazing day. You might get you was on my mind. It depends on who it was. I see, I'm not a customized templated bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? I customize my shit because I want my shit personalized. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. I don't want that. But hold on, I want to say something in correspondence to what you just said. Hold on, hold tight. You said this is RULations, right? Okay. So listen. So in correspondence with what you just said, there are a lot of women who, I guess, kind of, if they're getting attention from a man, they will accept whatever it is that they get from that man, and they're settling just because it's so difficult out here for us to find a quality man. So if they may be in rotation or they are getting some type of attention and it falls outside of their boundaries, sometimes women are willing to accept it and settle, which is not a good thing because A, you're settling and you're better than that. Know your worth, queen. And then on top of that, it's just like what's, I want to say this correctly. Don't settle just to be settling or to say that you got a significant other or a spouse or a man or whatever. Like, just don't do that. Like Cornbread said, make sure that you have boundaries. And if you're setting those boundaries like up front, and if these men don't fit the criteria that you're looking for, like, let them go. Like, don't waste your time and don't waste their time. Let them go on to the next fuck girl. Because somebody gonna deal with their bullshit. It just ain't gonna be y'all. Queens, don't let it be y'all. Okay? That's it. I'm done. Bye.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and we gonna get to our last topic, which is the other thing that we want to talk about was what else do women bring to the table besides the WAP? So what is it that you bring to the table out here, or you feel that women should be bringing to the table besides the WAP?
I mean, there's a lot of things that I think women can bring to the table outside of like physical. You know, of course, men is going to look at physical. They want WAP. I get all of that. But I mean, it could be a whole lot of other things. For me, I heard it's my personality. You know, be who you are. You know, you might be really high strung. You might be fun to be around. I mean, I've always heard personality for me. And I mean, some people like my personality. Some people don't. I'm for some people. For some people, I'm not. And it just really depends. But I definitely think that, you know, we there's other things that we can bring to the table other than a wet ass. But like so
on the personality thing, right? So so you got personality. How much do you think other things like points in your career, you know, cooking skills,
cooking skills,
any other, we ain't gonna say cooking, any kind of skill, like skill set or whatever you do. Like, can you, like, you know, maybe she can build a house. Like, I know a lot of chicks who like build stuff by hand. Like, they be going to Home Depot and like building like their own chairs and shelves and shit.
I built this chair. I put this chair together. I didn't build it. I put it together by myself. I didn't build it. I had to correct that. I put it together. But yeah, I think that. But you know what though? It could be a downfall to us though as well, because like I said, I have extensive conversations about this. Sometimes when we step outside the realm of what it is that we're supposed to do as women, the cooking and the, you know, all of the domesticated stuff, it's like men sometimes feel intimidated because we're too independent. And it's like, they don't have the power anymore or the ability to be a man. And it's like, well, what the fuck you got me here for? You know what I'm saying? And me personally, I've had to kind of learn to kind of take a step back. I'm very independent. You know, I'm a single mom. I got degrees. I got a career. You know what I'm saying? I'm popping out here. Y'all popping too, queens. Okay. But at some point, I have to kind of take a step back and let a man be a man. You know what I'm saying? Even if I know how to do the shit and I'll watch a nigga do it and I can probably do it 5 times faster than what he can do it, I'm gonna sit back and let him do it because it makes him feel important. And as they should. I'm not saying that they should not feel important. But there's times that we need to kind of take a step back and let them regain the control of being a man and allow them to do the manly things. You know what I'm saying? Let them take the lead and we follow.
All right. So what's an example of that? Like, give me an example of when you allowed a man to take the lead in a scenario where you felt like if you took the lead, then it would make him feel, I don't know, less than a man or not valuable or whatever. I know I've never been in a situation like that. I'm not like that. That's why I know I'm a little different. Like, I don't care about if you better at something than me, by all means, please. Because I'm all about efficiency. So I don't care about none of that stuff. But I know I hear that a lot. I hear that a lot from women where they be like, oh, I gotta like basically like calm my flyness down, or I gotta be more reserved than I actually am, or I gotta hide my skills or hide this and hide that to make a man feel more comfortable. But I've never experienced that.
I don't even think it's like a physical something, Cornbread. I don't think
it ain't gotta be physical. It could be something. I don't know.
It could be something as simple as going out to dinner. Me personally, I know what I like to eat. I know what restaurant I want to go to. So if for instance, someone asks me, hey, let's go out on a date, I'm gonna already jump the gun and I'm already looking for restaurants. I'm already looking for reviews, and I'm hitting him up and I'm like, hey, this is where we should go. And of course, he don't really have no say and he gonna go with it because he's like, okay, this is what she's chosen. But if we sit back, ladies, and allow them the opportunity to show us what they can do, then that allows them the opportunity to take the lead. Not necessarily be a man in that particular case, but to take the lead. And sometimes they don't take the lead because we always take the lead because we always on go, 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 go. Like, that's just how we're built up. But if you allow them...
Hold on. Nah, stay on that track though. So in that scenario about selecting the restaurant,
right?
Elaborate on how, where is it that you allow him to take the lead, but just by picking it? Is that what you mean?
It's not.
Or you mean the caliber of the restaurant or what?
No, like the initiation of it. Like for me, an ideal like man taking the lead is, okay, Jerusha, I'm interested in taking you out. I've chosen this place. Meet me here at this time, and I'll see you when you get there. I've had very few men do that. That means that you've taken the lead and you telling me where to show up to. And me, in my mind, I'm like, well, where are we going? He like, don't worry about all that. Just show up and I'll see you when we get there. That's what I like. It's very few men that's doing that. Like I said, most of the time dudes be like, so where you want to eat?
And so hold on. So wait, so you feel like, okay, so in that scenario, you're saying that I'm still trying to figure out how that relates to you saying that you're allowing the man to take the lead to make him more comfortable in that scenario. So how are you allowing him to pick out the restaurant, making him more comfortable?
It's not. I think you're focusing too much on the actual action of like the restaurant. It's the process of it, like to just take the lead of just doing it, like the initiation of it.
So hold on. So you feel like if you recommended something that he would feel less than?
No, I'm not saying that. But if I recommended something, he ain't got no fucking work to do because I've already recommended and I've done the work. That's what I'm saying.
But you're talking about two different things, it sounds like. So one of them, you saying that because you started out saying that, all right, there's been scenarios where I'll kind of step back to let that man be a man and do what he's supposed to do as a man, so that I don't look like I'm basically imposing myself over him or trying to take the lead. But then the other side of that, what it sounds like you talking about, is if you want him, that if he initiates it, then like if he initiates it, then that makes him feel like he's taking the lead.
It does. Okay, so basically what I'm saying is, by us women being as independent that we are, we're trying to always get stuff done. Like that's what we're trying to do. Not saying that there are not men out there that aren't as efficient, but he doesn't have a part in it for real. Like you're doing all the work. So if he's asking me, where do you want to go and eat? Then that's nothing on him. Like he's not doing anything. Like to me. And like I said, this is just my opinion. I ain't the Bible.
But you feel like, if he asks you, he ain't doing nothing.
And you're not really and you're really interested in me, show and take initiative that you're actually interested. Like, take charge. Like, I get tired of being in the lead all the time. Like, I want somebody to take charge. You know what I'm saying? Like, we get tired of making decisions all the time.
But that's what I'm saying. That's two different things, though. One of them things is you saying that you don't want to do it. The other one is you saying I'm stepping back so that you can do it as a courtesy to you. You see what I'm saying? Those are two separate scenarios.
But you also told me that it doesn't necessarily have to be a physical. Now, if it's a physical, then that's more anything. So. But see, that's why I use the restaurant. That's not necessarily going to fall into that category per se. Like, that's for instance, if my car break down and my nigga in the car and I'm like, oh, I got it, I can change my own tire. That's me taking the goddamn lead and his ass sitting in the car. Like, I've been with bitch ass niggas like that who've let me just do the legwork on some shit and they ain't done nothing. What the fuck you here for? What you here for?
But see, that's what I'm saying though. That's a thing. What you're talking about is you saying you don't prefer a man that allows you to do all that stuff you feel like he should do. But what you were talking about was you saying that you are going to you're going to be mindful of the fact that you need to tamper yourself down in order to allow him to ascend to the lead. Those are two separate things, in my opinion.
Okay.
But maybe I'll read because if you say, "Oh, this dude don't want to get out here and change the tire," or "This dude don't want to make the reservations," or whatever,
right?
And you're saying you're frustrated with that because as a man, he should be doing that. That's one thing. The other thing, but what I thought we were talking about was you saying that I could have done this, but because as a courtesy to him to make him feel better as a man, I'm not going to do it. So I want the example of that where you're saying like, I could have done X, Y, I could have done whatever, but I didn't because it would have made that man feel emasculated.
Okay. Right? I gotta think of a scenario.
Yeah,
I gotta think of one.
That's what I thought we were talking about. But I mean, we clearly your frustration is with the fact that the dudes don't be stepping up, right? That's a frustration that you have.
Yeah, it's definitely a frustration.
But I don't even know how we got to what the men ain't doing. With this whole, I'm looking at my notes and say, what else do the women bring to the table besides the wife? And somehow we done turned this into dudes can't change tires and don't make reservations at the restaurant.
No,
y'all see how women railroad shit? Like, I don't even know. This, at the beginning of this segment, we said, what else do women bring to the table besides a wife?
Well,
and now we're talking about y'all ain't taking Rue to the right restaurant, and y'all don't know how to change tires.
That's fine. Don't worry about all of that. However, let me reverse the question and let me ask you that question. No. I want to know. No, I want your opinion. What is it that women can bring to the table for you other than some wet ass pussy? Tell me. What are some other things that you're attracted to other than some wet ass pussy? Tell me that. Cornbread. Your turn. Your go.
My personal thing is I just want to point out that Rue is doing a typical woman thing, which is to railroad the conversation to somewhere else when she don't got the answer to something. But so my personal things, I like very intelligent women who can just have a conversation about something and I learn something during the conversation.
Okay.
And it could be anything. It could be something mindless as fuck. Like it could be like, oh yo, here's the history of a Pokemon. I don't know, right? Like something I don't know. Or it could be like, hey, you want me to I just signed up for this coding class. You want to do it with me? Or whatever, right? Like I like something that stimulates my mind because I like to know random facts. I like to do trivia. I win all this shit on Jeopardy. You know what I'm saying? If I ever go on Jeopardy, I'm going to win. But that's my main thing. I don't like airheads, so you can't just be fine or had a WAP or whatever, because usually the WAP comes with a whole bunch of irritation anyway. But because if the got the WAP and she know it, the other dudes that already sized her beyond belief, like they done already hyped her up. So now she think every dude was the hyper like the last dude did. And then when you come across somebody like Corn Breezy, that ain't gonna be sizing.
Not Corn Breezy.
When you come across Cornbread and he don't size it like that, then they don't know what to do after that. So I think that's a lot of women that I've come across who fall into that category a lot of times, where they be like, oh, like this last motherfucker made a big deal out of me. Like, how come you not making a big deal out of me like all the other dudes I done dated? And I be like, I don't know, because all my jumps be bad. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm used to you, right? Like, I date dope chicks, right? Like, you're not the only dope chick I've dated. You ain't gonna be the last dope chick I dated. We stopped dating, right? So, and fortunately for me, they, had some good WAP out here in the streets. You know what I'm saying? So, if that's gonna be your focus, you ain't gonna get too far with me, because I'm just like, whatever. Because after the WAP, like it's like 90% of your time ain't gonna be in the WAP. Right? That's the thing. Like, most of the time you engage with somebody in whatever conversation, and in physical, when y'all going out doing stuff and all this, 99% of the time y'all ain't fucking. Right? Like, so the fucking is only a small part of what y'all doing in most cases, right? So if you only focusing on the pussy, like, for me, it's goofy. But a lot of people do. A lot of women focus only on the dick. A lot of men focus only on the pussy. Or like that's their driving force. But for me, it ain't that. I like smart chicks. I like funny chicks. And chicks that are like into stuff like that I wouldn't be into. I'm also like kind of I like musicians or comedians, stuff like that, like performers. So stuff like that I like. But the WAP, the WAP, the WAP is great. You know what I'm saying? The WAP is, you want to have it, but it ain't, if that's all you're going to bring to the table, it'll be short-lived. It'll be cool. It could be a fling. It could be a couple months or whatever. Because then eventually you get used to the WAP too, right? Like, eventually it's normal to you now, right? The magic of it is going to fade away a little bit. And I don't mean it ain't good no more. It just means that it ain't, what you call it?
Exciting.
It ain't the honeymoon phase about it no more, right? You be like, yo, it's dope, but I done had it before. Or like, I've been getting it consistently, or whatever the case may be. So you got to have something else that's going to make you stay around. You got to be a comfort. If you're not comfortable to me too, like if you always fussing or talking shit, or like, I don't know, you always have some kind of bad energy or whatever, or if you arguing with me about some shit your last boyfriend did, or I don't got time for none of that type of stuff.
Because y'all men want us women to be y'all's peace, right? Y'all want peace.
I want everybody to be my peace. So I don't give a fuck if it's a woman or not. Just like we was talking about in this group, this chick was like, you basically you got to make a big deal out of me because my girlfriends make a big deal out of me, so you should too. And I don't be giving them no pussy, right? It's like, so you should, like we talking about consistency, right? My girlfriends and me talk every day, and I don't give them no pussy. So you gonna talk to me every day, and because I can give you some pussy. You be like, yeah, but your girlfriends ain't giving you no dick either. The fuck, like it's the same time, right? Like I don't know who told women that the pussy is more valuable than the dick. Like it's an exchange, right?
It is.
So
it is.
You are like, what? You just giving pussy and you ain't getting nothing back? If that's the case, then maybe I can understand that, right? But like, if you getting good dick is just as valuable as good pussy.
But good dick ain't everywhere, though. I can tell you that.
Neither just like good pussy.
I was about to say, just like good pussy. Hey, listen.
Let's be clear. A lot of women think they got the WAP.
Okay, so even if
it is wet, they don't mean it's good.
Okay,
Let's be
let
clear.
me ask you this. This is a sidebar because I just want to know from a man's perspective, what's your definition of good WAP? I just need to know. I don't know. I'm not a dude, so I don't know.
I think that everybody has it's all different, right? Like everybody's different. Every connection is. I think that connection is more important than the actual pussy itself, right?
Okay.
Because it's just like, I guess with dicks too, right? Like, I don't know. I don't fuck dudes, but you can have good, tight, wet pussy, whatever, but your rhythm might be fucked up. It might be some environmental problem, like all the kids crying, the dogs barking, like what the fuck going on up in this house? Like it could be all kinds of environmental is very important. Or it could be like any kind of thing. Like I think rhythm, I come across chicks that just don't have no kind of rhythm. Or they stiff. That's the worst one in the whole wide world. Stiff chicks. Don't do that shit. If you stiff. Tell somebody else. Yeah, like when they just kind of like lay there, you be like, what is this? Like the dead fish joint? Yeah, the dead fish floppy. Nah, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Chicks be doing that. A lot of chicks will do that if they uncomfortable with their bodies and shit. Or if they got to turn off all the lights and be pitch black and you don't want to see nothing because they not comfortable and shit like that. Like, I don't like that type of shit. I like to see the ass bouncing. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, most guys do because y'all are visionaries. Like, y'all want to see stuff.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. But chicks be doing weirdo shit and you don't know until y'all about to do something. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know. And so you be like, yo, what is this? Or like, if they just be doing something weird with their body, like some chicks will do like this leg lock thing where they pull you in with the leg. You be like, I need my hamstrings to be available to get my stroke right. You can't lock up my hamstring, ma'am, with your strong ass kangaroo leg. Okay. I need to be able to stroke. Don't wrap your kangaroo ass leg around my leg while I'm trying to hit. What you doing?
Oh shit. This fool here.
But yeah, it's a lot of stuff. It could be anything, but I don't think it's one thing, because you got, just like I said, I think everybody's different. Everybody got a different connection. So like you can have somebody come over, somebody got some good pussy for somebody else. And he done hyped it, and that's the best pussy he ever had in his life. But you come over.
But you know what? Women do the same thing to men. They'll hype a dude up and tell him that's the best dick and it could be the smallest. And it might work for that chick, but you might come over to somebody else who has, has some experience. And you be like, yeah, nigga, you all right. Okay.
Yeah.
It's same time.
Yeah, same time. I've heard all kinds of stories from women, even with big dick dudes, I heard, you know what I'm saying? Like they be like, oh, the big dick dudes don't know how to do this.
They don't.
Or it be too big, right? Which is a whole nother situation. Cause I was like, oh, when I first learned that was a thing, I was like, oh, I never knew that. They were like, yeah, well, I don't want that big ass crazy horse dick. You'd be like, oh, okay. But everybody's different. But some other chick might be like, all I do is horse dicks, right? Like this one chick. This one chick I know, she be like, and that shit ain't like 13 inches long. For real, 13. Like,
it could be.
How many motherfuckers you know with 13 inch dick? Like
and that's why she keep them niggas around, because they're rare. They're unicorns. Exactly.
And you take that same 13 and go to somebody else's house, she gonna be like, nah, get back in your car.
Exactly.
You fucking with me. You fucking with my uterus though, right? So
yeah. Hey.
I think everybody just needs to tamper down what they think is greatness. I've always been like this. I don't never talk about no sex with people, right? It's just like anything else. Don't talk no shit, just show it, right? Like if y'all gonna fuck, they gonna figure it out anyway. It's either gonna be good or it ain't. No matter how much you size it, how much you hype it, that ain't gonna make it good. That's just like all these motherfuckers lying in your inbox. They say, "Oh, I'm 5'11," and he show up and he's 5'7."
And I'm be like, bye.
At some point, it's real life. It's just like with chicks, you got all these filters and the angles and the makeup and all this shit. Eventually, you have to show up, and you can't bring your filter. You can't bring your filter to brunch. It ain't
no filter. No
So make
filter.
sure you pull up. You got at some point you got to be real live with whatever you talk shit about, whatever you're hyping. You got to back it up. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
so I think that
listen.
everybody should just shut up and
Action.
yeah, it'll speak for itself. You either got the good pussy, you got the good dick, or not. And
That's a word. That's a word, brother. Cornbread.
And the only motherfucker that's going to evaluate it is that motherfucker right there. Where everybody else said it don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter at all. The only motherfucker whose opinion matters about whether or not your dick or your pussy is good is the motherfucker you fucking right now. And when people get that through their mind, you'll shut up. Period. Because you might have, say you got a small dick. She might be the chick that likes small dicks. Right? She might be like, thank you, Lord. All I need, because everybody know the G spot ain't nothing but 2-3 inches in the pussy anyway. Right? Like,
Jesus.
Once you pass that, you just doing other shit. So he might be hitting that jump right on every single time. This motherfucker, boom, but he hitting that motherfucker like a speed bag. Just boom, 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 boom. Just hitting the G spot every single stroke. And that little dick motherfucker turn your life around. But he might come in there because the last joint who fuck with horse dicks talking shit because she like horse dicks. And he come over your house he gonna turn your life inside out. You gonna making blueberry pancakes and shit in the morning because he done made you come all night. And he worried about it. For what? Don't worry about it. Just, hey, you got what you got. The Lord gave you the dick you got. That's it. You ain't get no new dick. But now you can. You get a new dick. I watched that on TV I watched the fucking what do you call it? A dick implant the other day. It was crazy. It made my stomach hurt actually.
I need to see that.
But you can only get it only really helps the girth, apparently. It only helps the length. I think it said maybe you can get an inch or 2 inches, but over time. The immediate effect is the girth. And so if you got a girth problem, fellas, they do have those options for y'all. Y'all go out there. And apparently it's a common procedure now. So it ain't even it used to be what you call the word? It used to be a riskier procedure. Now it's more commonplace, just like getting a BBL for these ladies. You know what I'm talking about? Just go in there, get you a thicker dick, and keep it moving. You only get about 1 or 2 inches added to the length, though. That's what they said. But that shit made my stomach hurt because I don't like watching surgeries and blood and all that shit anyway. But it was interesting because they said that now, dudes are getting it a lot now. You know, and I think it goes with the new popularity of all plastic surgery, right? Everybody in the whole wide world, all the chicks got everybody got some kind of goddamn surgery right now, right?
I don't.
Right. But but a lot of chicks do, and a lot of people putting it out there on the streets. You can go look on people's pages. They got the scars and the tubes, and they in there they just walking around. And, oh, I got my shit, bitch. We're gonna do a Groupon, bitch. You'd be like, oh, okay.
I can't.
And so I think that, that's a little side note. You know what I'm saying? I saw that shit. I was like, oh, because when I saw it, I was like, oh, I'm about to go give me one. I'm gonna go get 13. But you can't even get the 13. I'm like, oh, you can't get the 13. I don't even want it. You know what I'm saying? Because if you can't get the 13, nah, it ain't worth all that. It looked too painful for another inch. Nah, we good. Another inch, you can achieve that with the right angle. You know what I'm saying? Just go in and jump the right way. You can. Anyway, man. Well, Rue, we gotta get up out of here, man. We've been on here fussing about these dudes and about these ladies for about an hour and a half at this point. You know what I'm talking about? So we're gonna get up out of here.
Okay.
And we hope that whoever out there listening and watching, that y'all get y'all life together and don't be selling nobody nothing that you can't continue and maintain consistently throughout wherever the length of your involvement is. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the thing. Present who it is, whatever. But if you're running a scam, make sure you run a good scam.
That's right.
That's what I always say. Be a good scammer. Do it, whatever you do it well. If you're
be the best. Be the best.
Right. And so fellas, if you're gonna scam them, but make sure you drop them off some bags or shoes or something. Give them a good parting gift. You know what I'm talking about? Same with the ladies. Same with the ladies. I don't know what y'all gonna do. Y'all just be scamming anyway.
No, ladies, don't be the player. Be the coach. That's what I'm gonna tell y'all. All right. Teach these. You gonna learn today. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, man. So that's the information from Rue right now, man. That's our opinions about this stuff. Y'all go back and listen to the last episode too. On episode 40, we talked about some Valentine's Day stuff and all that. Valentine's Day coming up this week.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Is it this week?
It's
this weekend?
It's Sunday. Yes.
Oh, Sunday.
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Happy Valentine's.
Yeah. Hope Cupid hit y'all in the ass with an arrow or whatever it is. You know what I'm talking about. Hope y'all get all the cards and candy, flowers, whatever that you like. All of that. You know what I'm saying? If you don't celebrate Valentine's Day, don't feel bad. I know you have to defend yourself. Make sure you have a prepared written statement to whoever trying to force you into participating. You know, I know a lot of people, men and women, don't participate in Valentine's Day. And don't feel bad. You know what I'm saying? Stand your ground, people. Stand your ground. Don't let them force you to buy these prefix menu ass dinners and all that shit and them flowers that's going to die. You know what I'm saying? But y'all make sure y'all stay safe out there, man. I think Rue worn out from all this cussing and fussing. And we'll be back, man. Appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all go on cousincornbread.com for everything. I ain't even going to give all the rest of the shit. Just go on cousincornbread.com. Literally anything you want to know about episodes, podcasts, all the shit is on there. You hear me? So Heartbreaker Rue over there. Let's see that shirt one more time. Let's see it. Shake it. Shake it. Yeah, there you go. So we got Heartbreaker Rue. If y'all watching this, y'all just saw the shake on there. We got Cousin Cornbread on here. Know y'all worth, kings. And I appreciate y'all, man. And we out of this jump. God bless you. Good night. Log out.